So today, guys, I want to talk about a different seduction style, which comes from the book Seduction by Robert Greene. And this one, I think, is quite an interesting one because not everyone can adopt this, but I've seen it been used and it's so incredibly powerful, and it's quite alluring just from a social standpoint as well as a seduction standpoint. And that is the natural, okay? And the natural is all about childlike energy. Now, I want you to think the women that we're most attracted to are usually those with younger styles of energy. And I don't mean that in a perverse way, but I mean it in a sense of they have this carefree nature about them. They are happy to enjoy life. They are happy to run around fields and just enjoy every small bit of nature. They're not jaded yet from life. And that's something that we loved when we were younger as children, and something that gets lost in adulthood. And what the natural does is it kind of brings us back into this, I kind of think of a Peter Pan effect almost. If you think of how Peter Pan was able to take Wendy out on this magical adventure, and it was so young and innocent and childish, but it still had this sort of allure effect to it of we're going to discover something together. Now, it's trying to remind people of that sense of discovery. It almost takes them on a bit of a role-playing adventure because most adults have probably had some experiences, but if you make it seem like this is our fun first experience, ooh, that is something pretty spectacular to have. And what the natural really likes to utilize is this impish nature that children have. Children are so fearless, and we love people that are fearless. And so I want you to try and embody that if you wanted to go down the natural route, okay? Think of dancing without worrying that anybody's watching, or singing as if nobody's listening, okay? We're all kind of subconsciously worried that, oh, I wonder if my dancing looks stupid, or, oh, I hope my singing doesn't sound too bad, or anything like that. But the natural is that person that has no fear of jumping into karaoke, singing, cracking their voice, sounding stupid, and still laughing at it afterwards. They're just brazen and blissfully uncaring, and it's so fun to watch and absorb that kind of energy. And especially if they love to dance, if they're dancing on the dance floor like no one's watching, they want to pull people in and say, dance with me. And that is so attractive, especially to women, because that's something that feminine energy really desires, is that feeling of being undefensive, that feeling of being so caught up with your emotions, of positive energy, that they just want to be brought into that. There's like a sense of wonder that this childlike energy has. And there's also almost a false sense of innocence, because even though you know what you're doing, your behavior of this sort of, I'm just enjoying life, I just want to go out and enjoy it for everything that I can, absorb 100% of the positivity that's out there and just have a laugh. It feels so innocent because we relate these feelings and behaviors to children. But they're also going to go along with you because chances are you're not that innocent. And most adults don't want to be fully innocent, but they want to be guided as if they're doing something innocent, because society has taught them that going down the more, let's say, sinful route of society is considered a bad thing, even in the words of sin itself, which is so ridiculous because we just want to be 100% swept up in pleasure and enjoy it and laugh afterwards and not feel judged. And, you know, when we're young, we don't judge, we just experience. And sadly, our experiences get more and more judged as we get older. But if you embrace this energy of, I'm just naturally enjoying my life and having fun, and I don't care what anybody thinks. It's a very difficult one because we live in a world of anxiety right now, that if we really embrace that, people, you're gonna realize, want to see that. They want to be part of that. It's very addictive for people, and women especially. If they see that you're the person that has fun and is gonna have fun whether they're with you or without you, then you know, they're gonna follow you, because they're gonna want to go along that adventure with you, because women want to be seduced. Seduction is pulling them out of the mundane, and that's something that you can do if you have this sort of fun, childish energy. Now, sometimes in my seductions, I like using childish games or reminding them of when you meet someone in a club, how when you were younger, you would meet someone in a park and say, hey, do you want to be my friend for the day? Just reminding them of that, hey, the world isn't so dark. We all want to get on, we all want to have fun, and let's have some fun together and enjoy life together. And you shouldn't feel ashamed of wanting to enjoy what the world has to offer. And you can explore that together, and it's so, so refreshing from these boring adults that we have to deal with and what we inevitably become. But we can create this allure if we try and think of that sort of fun side. Think of something that you really feel childish glee and bring that forward in your interactions, and my gosh, you are going to be attracting women everywhere. Now, let me know if you took anything away from this, if it resonated with you, or maybe it didn't. Like, you can tell me, nah, this doesn't work, mate, not in the real world anymore. I totally think it does. I have a lot of childish games that I like to play in my seductions that make people feel happy and fun, positive, and it's just making seduction a fun game again, because it shouldn't feel so boring and interviewy and dating all the time. Like, shouldn't feel like just cross-referencing each other and making sure, like, oh, what do you do for a job and stuff. It's what brings joy out of your life, and that's what people want to see. Anyway, guys, until next time, keep seducing.